What's up, guys? In the dually right now. I got the trailer hooked up. Walneck swap this morning, and I am very ill prepared, but it did manage to hitch the truck up to the trailer. I didn't plan anything or doing anything. It's usually the slower one. We'll go out there, check it out, see what's going on. Kind of looking for some stuff right now too, so we'll see how today goes. We got a beautiful day, it looks like. Sun is shining. 6 o'clock in the morning, 6:07. Should be there bright and early. We'll see what the turnout's like. Maybe a nice day will attract some more people, but not too optimistic. But it's Walneck, so you never know. Maybe it's a gold mine. We'll find out. Anything good, I'll bring you guys along. If not, we'll be back when I get back to the shop, and I'll give you an update on that chopper transmission. Took that out yesterday. Nice chopper adventure, and yeah, we'll go over that when I get back. Kind of slow today, but managed to get up here before I unloaded the trailer and bought some stuff. So let's take a look, see. Remember, I built another rotary top. Well, now I got a motor in pieces. Looks like we're going to be doing a lot more shovelhead stuff. Didn't film anything up here, but cleaning up. Shovel motor, been running around picking up all the little odds and end bits. Pieced together most of a trans, so we're rebuilding the other one I just finished. Might slap one of these together too, but got covers, got mock-up bits on everything. These lids need to rebuild. Most of it's in here. This will be fun. Piece together most of a motor. Gotta get it done in a month. Well, made it back to the barn. It's the next day after the swap, so ended up buying a lot more stuff than I intended on doing. There weren't many vendors there at this one. This is usually the slow one of the year. I like the first one, last one. I keep saying it over and over. First one, last one are usually the best. There's one in August, I think, and one in June, end of June. This one's typically one of the slower ones. Just like usual, it was way less vendors. However, I was up there at 7, I think. 6:37? No, it's around 6:30. Got there around 6:30. Before I unloaded the trailer, I made a walk around to the handful of vendors, very light and sparse, so it wasn't hard for me to, there were more that showed up after, but before I unloaded, I made a quick walk around, and that's where we ended up buying this hunk of junk. So we got a shovel bottom end, turns over, a little bit of surface rust on the flywheel just from sitting open. It's missing one lifter insert, not a big deal, but cases looked decent. Push rods are in there. None of the covers were on there. Electronics and alternator stator thing still in there. Came with cylinders. Kind of, I'll get into that. Heads, rocker boxes, everything else motor-wise is there except for the pushrod tubes, springs, and gaskets. Well, typically I'm going to replace the gaskets anyway. The pushrod parts are relatively cheap in the grander scheme, but while we were at a swap meet, I figured I'd just stock up on a bunch of junk. Now, if there's very, very far from a nice pristine motor. I know that, but it was relatively cheap given the price on shovelhead stuff these days. So what ended up happening was I bought that before I even unloaded the trailer, then had to think about things all day, like what I want to do with that. It's a very crusty motor, needs to be freshened up. I'm definitely going to be opening that up. When you buy a motor that's been opened up, I will be splitting the cases on that, going through everything, checking it. The rods felt decent. Flywheels looked, like I said, there's a little bit of surface rust on the flywheels, but we'll get that all apart, clean all that up. Now, one of the ideas, and I've been pitching this back and forth in my head, trying to talk it out loud. I was all set to try and do an Evo build, which I haven't done, so that would have been kind of exciting. But I don't have any Evo parts. I do have a good amount of shovelhead parts, we have that crusty chopper frame right up there. It is far from perfect. It is scratch and dent, pretty gnarly, but we can fix some of that and make it sound. It's got a really good rake on it. We have a long, narrow glide front end for that, and I found the lower tree that I need for that in my bin of parts while they were all out yesterday. So, tentative plan is to slap together a very crusty, rusty chopper. Now, I was talking with a couple of buddies, and part of me was thinking, hey, why don't we build a finish it bike and try and raffle it off at Chopper Barn? Thought about that. Then I'm thinking about maybe going through and freshening up this whole motor. I'm going to be splitting the cases and cleaning things up anyway. Along with that, don't mind the trans that's sitting in here. This is just a case and a bunch of the internal bits. This lid is incomplete. Another rotary top. Again, budget-minded. Very, very budget-minded. Ratchet top will not fit in the budget thus far. Freshening up that entire motor and doing a pristine rebuild, not necessarily in the cards. It's a kind of, I will disassemble. I will go farther than most people will, just slapping it together and trying to see if it runs. But remember all these trans gears we had out the other day that I kept saying, I have enough parts to slap together another trans, I might as well build one. Well, I have one. I just finished coating these cases, so this is actually powder coated. Got them all cleaned up. I did actually switch this one up. Yell at me in the comments if you want, but when I'm building a bike, I like to test and tune a lot of different things. So typically, what I usually do is blast these cases and I'll mask off all the gasket surfaces. And then you can see the difference in color right there. That's blasted aluminum. That's coated. Blasted, coated. Pretty close, but once you get it all assembled and in the bike. Nice part about this is I can get oil and grease and grime and it wipes right off consistently. We just did that on the shovelhead chopper trans. So, coated cases, or case rather, done. Gear sets here, which will bring me to the next point. Actually put some miles on the shovelhead chopper. Ran great, shifted fine, incredibly fine, actually, like really good. I don't remember the last time that bike has shifted as positively on the shifter engagement. However, that close ratio third gear that I was nervous about, I hate it. Absolutely hate it. So I think I'm probably going to be pulling the trans out of my chopper again and swapping out the old countershaft cluster and third gear. So I might have to steal that Andrews gear we got and throw that in for that third gear because sorry, I'm pointing in the wrong one. This guy over here. This countershaft cluster will probably end up going back into the bike. Because now, 1, 2, 3 is fine, but I used to run third gear 45, 50 miles an hour if I need to, but even ripping up and down the road to the barn, I'm way high up in the revs in third or chugging in fourth. I cannot stand it. I like having a very tall third gear on mine. I'm not racing the bike, I'm not hot and rodding it. The gear ratio that's in there, I'm just constantly shifting back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I don't like it. To some people, maybe you would, depending on what you're doing. But for me, we're going back to the stock gearing and stretching that third gear as long as possible. I'd rather have it stretch out to 55, 60, 65 miles an hour in third and then clip it into fourth. Not that I run it there all the time, but I was able to do that before. Also, transmission is not leaking a drop, but we got a nice little puddle back here, which is really weird because I don't remember this happening, but it might have been doing it the whole time and everything was so dirty I never noticed and just assumed it was the trans. Oil tank. I gotta figure out where that's coming from. That's unfortunate. Right up here at the bottom of the tank. But that's gonna probably be a winter problem as long as it's a minor leak. So we're all over the place on this. Swap meet, picked up the shovel motor. I will be diving into that and dissecting that a little bit. Overall, the bottom end I'm happy with. The top end, I don't know what is going on with this thing. The valves, the heads are complete. Rockers are there, valves are there, everything's undisassembled. They are crusty. Internal, I'm not too worried about that. That'll clean up. A little bit of surface rust in this head bolts, but we're gonna re-tap those. No cracks, no busted fins that I noticed, but they are crusty chrome, which is just fine for me. Mismatch rocker nut caps. Exhaust port on this one is busted and wallered out. Per usual stuff, shovelhead stuff, pretty thin over there, but we can weld that up or figure something out for that. I'm not too concerned. I've welded up these whole sections before. This one's not too bad. We got one busted cylinder fin there. But we're talking chopper stuff. That none of this matters. Crusty chopper stuff. So then I found the other 4-speed case, the rotary top 4-speed, in my boxes of parts. Actually, everything else in this besides the motor bits and the EB23 that I bought for another bike, everything else in here, triple tree that we need for that frame. This I think I got for like $2 in a giant parts pile of push rod bits. I got all the push rod bits at the swap yesterday. Chrome generator for that iron head going over on the bike, and pretty much everything else in this bin. 90% of the stuff outside of the motor bits I found in boxes digging through my stuff when it was fully out, unloaded from the trailer. So very useful. I had enough parts to slap together kicker cover, another kicker cover, rotary top lid, mostly complete. Grabbed a couple extra odds and end bits there, but the bottom end looks good. I just need to figure out what the hell is going on. It's a 71 case on there, but it has 80-inch mismatched. It has mismatched jugs, which I kind of thought might be the case when I was looking at it, but the price was right. So we have one aftermarket 80-inch jug here, one 74-inch jug here, and 71 should be a 70, or no, 78. So, no, that's an aftermarket. Is that the stock one? We'll dig deeper. I also in the trailer have 2 bins of miscellaneous cylinders and piston combos. Unknown condition, but if I need to punch something over or get a rebore done, that's fine. Or I'm not opposed to just getting new cylinders and pistons. I'm just trying to keep the cost down and make this as cost effective as possible. So I got some digging to do on that, but in order to figure out what we're gonna do on that, I need to determine what the stroke is on this motor with the parts that we have here. So I got a dash 78 here, and then a, what the hell is this one? Random, no marking cylinder here. So I did check these. These were 3.5 bores on both, which would make sense with a dash 78. I think that's how that works. But we'll take a look-see, figure out the stroke a little bit later today. I might bring you guys along for that, I might not. Basically, I'm just gonna put one of these cylinders on and then measure TDC down to bottom, dead center, and then take a measurement to try and get me close. I gotta determine the stroke before I can order parts, because I don't know if I'm gonna need 80-inch or 74-inch stuff, because who knows? Date on the case does not matter. It could be a 71 case with the 80-inch flywheel. Could be a stroker flywheel, who knows? Gotta dive in and do some research before we get into that. I don't think it's a stroker setup based on other parts, but we'll find out. So that's on the game plan today, and then I gotta clean up because this whole area is destroyed from this weekend of blasting and moving stuff around. So that's what we'll be doing. We'll have shovelhead motor stuff coming your way, lots of that now, because I will slowly start chipping away at that motor. I'm gonna go through, disassemble everything on that motor. I'm hoping I don't need to disassemble the flywheels based on how they felt in the case, but visual inspection will help with that. We're gonna take off the oil pump and basically tear that case completely down and then build it back up. Some people don't wanna do that. They'll just kinda find the parts, slap stuff on. I'd much rather go through it, especially who knows how long it's been opened up and sitting and all of that. Heads, we'll pull all the valves, recut the seats, clean all that up, get everything blasted. It's just, aesthetically, I would like to keep it crusty chopper if we are gonna use that frame up there. But it's me, so if I've come across a decent deal on another frame that's not as chopperized, cool. That's what that translates to, right? If we find a better shape frame, I'm not opposed to elevating this build a little bit more. I don't want to spend a ton of money on it, but if we're slapping it together with junk parts and parts that I got laying around the shop, cool. We'll slap together a low buck budget chopper but I think we can still make it look nice. I have resources in that regard. I can blast every single part. I can coat every single part. I can dress up the crust. If you were doing this at home and don't have access to all of these things, yeah, it's going to cost a little bit more, but why not utilize my life's work to my advantage? But that frame is crusty. So later today, we'll figure out the stroke of the motor. I don't know if I'm going to bring you along for that part or not. Maybe I will, just timing-wise. I got a million things to do. And ideally, the goal is to clear off the bench, clean some of this stuff up, and get that frame down and start putting a roller together with all of the parts I have stockpiled for this build. Not actually bolt things together, but a mock-up roller just to kind of get an idea. With that long front end, since I got the triple tree here, we can mount that up in a big twin, get the front end, wheel, all of that on, maybe throw a motor and trans plate and trans in, and get a visual. So there is the Walneck swap meet update and all of the chaos that I just added to my life now. Still determining what we're doing. Then still want to pull the chopper trans and swap that over. Then I can slap this trans together because this was already on my list for this week's goal. Put together a almost freebie trans, well, minus what I paid to freshen up the other one. So I have a 4-speed, I have a frame, I have a rear wheel, I have a front end, I have a front wheel. All I needed was a motor. Didn't expect to find a shovel, but now we did, so that's how we ended up here. So we'll keep you updated as we make progress on this thing. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.